even to be in a congressional hearing and have enough information to ask the question, is there breeding between these biological beings and humans? There's a there that needs to be answered. And I got a lot of heat from local papers at home and some folks, but we're just asking the questions. If even in some of the documentations that I'm seeing, there's a lot to do with even portals. And I'm interested in more information of that coming out as well. If someone is going to come to congressional offices and say that they have seen it, that they have been a part of it and are read into these programs, then it's worth an investigation. And all of these agencies, even the contractors, when they are too big to answer to government, when they were too big to answer to Congress, the entity that created them and gives them funding, then it's clear that they're too big. And we have got to rein that in and have more accountability.
What you started out with saying that you had heard somebody saying that they believed in the government, or they believed in the alien program or disclosure before the government started talking about it. And I think a lot of people are at that point. There's just so many distractions. I feel like this is a distraction. What about, we've wanted transparency, and we got it with the Epstein files, but then nothing happened. No arrests, all these awful, horrible things done to children, and nothing? Nobody gets arrested out of this? So there has been some action that has been taken, just not enough here in America. But the CEO of the World Economic Forum had to step down because he was named in the Epstein files. So that's not an arrest, but we're not fans of the WEF and what they do and how they want global control. And for the CEO of that organization to have to step down, a Charles Schwab CEO have to step down because he is listed in the Epstein files, that is actually a huge victory. We've seen diplomats have to step down from their position and other CEOs. And so those are small victories that are outside of our immediate scope here in America. But I think we're going to see even more. We recently had one of the women who claimed to be a victim of Jeffrey Epstein, who was employed by him, and she came in for a closed door deposition. All of this is transcribed. It was a transcribed interview. She came willingly. And all throughout her interview, she had said that there were questions she wanted to answer, but did not want to implicate herself. And rather than pleading the Fifth Amendment, she said that if she was granted immunity, she would answer them at a later point. And now, I'm not a fan of granting someone who is engaged in this behavior immunity. However, we do need answers. And so that's something that I'm contemplating both in my mind and in my heart and prayerfully to see if that's something that we're willing to do. If this woman who has flown on the Lolita Express was there with Bill Clinton, who has named other men who sexually assaulted her, who was labeled by the DOJ as a co-conspirator, was sending emails and recruiting women, if she was groomed to be in that position and is willing to talk, then maybe we can get further with this. But also, many of these folks are saying that they've never even been interviewed by the FBI or DOJ, which is a huge problem. And why do you think that is?
I think this is all bigger and deeper than any of us could ever imagine. And what has been released, there needs to be consequences and accountability, or we are going to lose further trust within the systems in our country. The American people already do not believe most of what is happening, and certainly not what they are being told is happening.
I totally agree. And people are getting skeptical of whatever comes out next. And I hate to see that, because I think that the Epstein files are significant. The UAP disclosure is significant. And it's like that movie, A Few Good Men, when Jack Nicholson's character, you can't handle the truth. I think that's where a lot of people are, is we want the truth. Just be honest with us.
And the American people can handle the truth. The government is not some special, super smart, privileged entity that gets to know more than its people who run them.